You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is Not Your Demographic, a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Live. Hello, Demis.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good. I was telling you before we went live, I have been rearranging my apartment all day. Michael and I decided that we've been living in the same apartment for almost 4 years, and it's been the exact same. We haven't changed anything about it. And I literally set it up like almost by myself because when we moved in, Michael moved a lot of the heavy shit and was like, I'm going to go take a nap. And I was like, I'm awake. I'm going to just do it all. And so I just decorated our whole apartment and it has never changed. And we both hate it now. So today we spent the whole day like, we are changing this fucking house. And so like we made our living room our bedroom. We have that dining room, air quotes, dining room area that's literally just a glorified hallway. We never fucking use it except to walk through it to get to the kitchen. So we made that.
Record in there.
We have recorded there in that weird dark hallway that is actually a dining room in the past, but now it's my living room, so it actually has like a purpose. And we turned
oh my god, I can't even imagine that. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and we turned our bedroom into an office, which will double as like a guest room because we have like a big blow-up mattress that we can put in there, and that way guests will have a door when they come here, so it won't be like weird that our bedroom is a little more open now. So I'm like really excited about it, but we're waiting on a TV stand, and so we like can't finish until it gets here, and so our house is like half done. So I'm anxious about that. It like makes me very anxious that all of my shit is in the wrong place, and it's like really bothering me. But other than that, I'm like glad that we're doing this thing because we may have to move for his grad school, and so this is like a nice pre-pack. We're like getting rid of a bunch of shit, and like we have to move everything in our apartment, so we have to like keep track of where all of our knickknacks and shit are. So it's actually kind of nice. We're like deep cleaning our apartment for the first time in some time. So it's frustrating, but I'm like really glad that we're doing it. So I'm in like good headspace, good apartment, good vibes.
Nice.
Yeah, you're gonna walk in and be like, what the fuck happened here?
I can't wait.
It looks completely different. I'm so happy. We really fucking needed this, so it'll be great. How are you?
I'm good. I have had a couple days off of work, but I've been like in a tear of just like getting shit done.
Yes.
So like shopping for Christmas presents, wrapping Christmas presents, cleaning the house, running errands. I've been picking up shifts at one of my other jobs, which weirdly, like, even though I had a lot more time off, I have actually not been watching a lot of wrestling because when I'm at work, because I nanny, like when the baby sleeps, I watch a lot of wrestling, or on my way to work on the train, I watch wrestling. And I don't think about building it into my day because it's already built into my day. But now I feel like, oh my God, I'm so behind on everything because I've been doing other shit.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I've been trying to watch while I'm at work when I have downtime because it's our slow time of the year, but it's still like I'll just listen to a podcast and be like, oh, fuck, I could have watched NXT right then. Oh, forgot. I just totally forgot to do this. Totally understand that. Very much empathize.
So I like hear all the things that are happening. Like I wanted to watch Final Battle, but I just forgot. I forgot that Clash of Shit. I straight up legitimately forgot there was a pay-per-view on Sunday. And then I got on Twitter and I was like, oh, there's a pay-per-view happening.
Yes.
But my friend, so I live down the street from me. One of my friends goes to the circus school and she was having like a student showcase. And I was like, I'm off of work. How shitty would it be if I didn't go to her student showcase? That's a free show when it's like, I could literally cartwheel down the street to there. And like not be that out of breath. Like it's so close to my house. So I like kind of begrudgingly went and then had like a really good time. Like it was
that's awesome.
She did a really good job. Like I've never seen her perform on Lyra before, and she really bust her ass on it. And you know, in the burlesque world, I feel like it's very hip to be like, I'm taking a circus class. Let me post all the pictures on Instagram. But like, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But my friend Helena, like,
I was just gonna ask this, Helena.
Yeah, she's been busting her ass for years. And it's not just for like, she posts stuff on Instagram, but it's not just for like the glory of Instagram or whatever. Yeah. And so to see her actually perform a full Lyra piece was like, really, I was like, my friend's fucking cool. Like that was a cool moment. And also the show was really cool. And I was sitting back, like I made like new friends in the audience because we were all like, what is happening? These people are amazing.
That sounds super fun.
Like a free, like a suggested donation show. And I obviously paid, but I was like, man, this free show is better than most things you have to pay for.
That is the best feeling. It feels so good to be like, oh, I found this thing that I feel like I'm cheating because I didn't have to pay a bunch of money for it. Yeah,
it was really, really cool. But I did watch some wrestling. I did go back and watch Clash of Champions after I remembered that it was happening.
Good. Oh, I have one more thing to add to my week real quick. Also, we forgot to ask each other what shirts we were wearing, so I'm going to return backwards a little bit.
I was going to do that after this. We do the how are you, then we do the shirts. Everybody knows this.
Listen, I have a how are you? I forgot to tell you this before we started recording, so this is a new story for you as well. So I went home to Michigan this weekend to do my mom's and my dad's Christmases because I'm not going back for actual Christmas because we're doing them with Mike's family over like a series of weekends too. And so we went back this weekend and my dad's parents were there who were not at my wedding because they can't really travel anymore. They're just old and frail and just can't do that. So I hadn't seen them in a long time and neither of them remembered having ever met Michael. So they thought they were meeting my husband for the first time.
That's really funny.
And we were like, okay, we're just going to they're old. Well, they're 86. We're just going to let them believe that they've never met him before. That's fine. It's cool. So as the night goes on, everyone starts to go to bed. It's just my grandma and my grandpa and me and my dad's husband. And we're all hanging out. And I don't remember how this happened, but all of a sudden my grandma and I got into like a screaming fight with each other because she kept telling me I needed to have a bunch of fucking kids. No lie. That's what we were fighting about. She was insisting I needed to have like at least 3 or 4 children. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It was so bizarre. And I was like, Grandma, I have $30,000 worth of debt from college. I can't afford to have more than one kid. She was like, well, maybe you shouldn't have gone to college then and should have started having children. And meant it. 100% meant it. Like I had made a mistake because I went to college. I've never had anyone say anything to me like that before and was just flabbergasted. And my dad's husband kept being like, Erin, it's okay. Just go to bed. And finally I went, good night, Carol. I am done with this. And went downstairs and cried for like an hour. I was so upset about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. But good for you also for standing your ground. Like,
I just couldn't let it go. I was like, I know I could just like smile and nod and be like, yes, of course that's what we're going to do. But part of me is also like, if you ever want to see the one kid we're going to have, shut the fuck up. Like, it is not your job to tell me fucking anything. It was just, and like, she comes from fucking carnival folk. I was like, I don't work in a carnival. I don't need 8 children. It just blew my mind. And I was like, you really don't understand that you were saying something completely insane to me. It was so bizarre. I was like, I have to tell Stella about this. It was so weird.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in like giving your family what for if they're acting like fools. I know there's like of people who are like, respect your elders. And like, I get that. But also like, just because you happen to not die young does not mean that you earned my respect.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to also be a good person. And if you're going to shit talk me and you're going to say something crazy, I'm not going to let it go.
Yeah, I used to be the kind of person who would let it go, and I was just like, in that moment, I was just drunk enough too that I was like, fuck that, I am not backing down. I was just, it was like,
Carol.
Right? Like, fuck you, Carol.
Not enough of your bullshit, Carol.
Yeah, she apologized to me in the morning, and my dad came up to me later and was like, I just want you to know I did not tell her to apologize to you. She did that on her own. And I was like, good. I'm glad that she went to bed and woke up in the morning and was like, oh, I fucked up. I did the wrong thing here. Like, good. So you can learn. You do know that there are things that you shouldn't do. Ugh.
That's insane. What?
Anyway.
What wrestling?
I am wearing my Hideo Itami shirt.
Oh!
It finally came in handy.
Have you ever even worn that on this podcast?
Yes, I wore it when he got announced that he was no longer in. I think when he re-premiered on NXT very briefly, right before he had his neck broken again. I wore it on the podcast.
Nice. Well, hopefully it's not cursed.
Yes, absolutely. I really hope not.
I'm a basic bitch, and I worked all day, and I came home and I immediately just put on my Sasha Banks sweatpants.
Your Sasha Banks sweatpants are now officially my Nikki Fearless hat. They cannot count as your wrestling item anymore. It counts today.
Okay.
It counts today, but it can't count past this.
That's fair. They're just my favorite. They're like,
I know. I get it. That's why I wore that Nikki hat all the time, and you were like, "Bitch, you gotta stop."
Okay, I'll make more of an effort. Well, I mean, 31 days of wrestling shirts is coming up.
Yes, exactly. That's true. So
Is our goal to see if we can do no repeats?
Like no repeat wrestlers?
No
or
repeats of the shirts that we did last year.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really remember what I've done.
Erin, I took a picture every day. You can go see what you did.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know if I have 31 new I probably do. That's a lie. I probably could do that.
I could probably do it. I'm going to attempt to do it. 31 days of wrestling shirts.
But I have a lot of shirts I wore last year I really like.
I know, but that's a point to show off how fucking crazy we are.
Okay, how about minimum 31 shirts that we didn't wear last year? Because, I change my clothes a lot. So if I do a second shirt of the day, can it be something from last year?
Yes, but we're not going to post that photo.
Well, I'll probably still put it on my Twitter.
Yeah, but it's not going to go on our official Tumblr, dum-dum.
Yeah, no, I know that.
I hope that people play along this year. We'll have to come up with a better hashtag, and we'll release it to the demis soon. But it would be fun to not only see our 31 days of wrestling shirts, but to see other people's and playing along.
Yeah, I would like to also just see how far can you get? Can you go a whole month and wear nothing but wrestling shirts? At what day do you run out? I'm also very interested to see that. Who can play this game and how far can they make it?
How committed are you?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
How much money have you thrown away?
How much money have you thrown on the ground? Oh, man. Should we talk about news?
Yes, let's do it. News.
A star on the Hollywood Boulevard fame. I don't know what's that called? Walk of Fame?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't care at all. I'm very happy for him. Good for him. He busts his ass. He deserves it. But also,
I agree.
That's a fake thing that nobody cares about.
Yeah, it's all about how you politic it. And also, I prefer the one where you do your handprints. That appeals to me more. I think that those are really cool. The Walk of Fame is just your name on a shiny plaque. Okay, cool. It is very cool, but...
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. He's one of the most well-known performers of our generation now, which is weird.
Jumanji!
I want to see Jumanji.
You know what? I do too.
I totally prejudged it and was I am so pissed that they're doing this. You can never replace the Jumanji of my childhood.
Try and remake it, it seems.
Exactly.
They did a totally different thing, which that's okay to me.
Exactly. I completely agree. I feel like they did they went in the totally right direction. Because it also looks like you can die in this one and you just immediately come back because it's a video game. And so I like that concept too, that we're going to get to see in the first one, in the Robin Williams one, if you died, you died. That was it, because it was real life and everything came out of the game. So I'm really interested in this mirrored concept of going into the game and becoming stuck inside of it. It's my 90s Goosebump dreams come to life. It just seems great. And it's a great cast, and The Rock is the perfect person to be in it.
Yeah, and I love Karen Gillan. I mean, I'm a Doctor Who person. I obviously love Karen Gillan.
And Jack Black is a great choice for a teenage girl who gets transported into it. I'm so into it. And Kevin Hart is very funny. I like that the first joke they make is that he's missing the top 2 feet of his body. Perfect. This is perfect. You're the right person to be able to make these jokes and still have this work.
Yeah, for real. The Glampire store is now the Soraya store.
Ooh, I don't know what that means.
Paige's weird thing that she was doing with Rosa Mendez and Zahara got rebranded to just Soraya.
Oh, well, I see. Okay.
So I don't
That makes more
know.
sense.
My messy theory is that WWE was like, Paige, you're back, and we're really happy about that, and you're doing a good job. You need to stop posting so many pictures and stop this business venture with Soraya right now, or with Zahara right now.
Yes. That's right. I saw stuff and I was like, I'm really confused about what's happening here.
Also, Zahara made her Instagram like private for a little bit, and then like it came back. But I was like, ooh, something messy happened.
Yikes. Ick. I mean, good. That's good. I'm glad that Paige separated from that. I'm glad Paige seems to be like really getting her life in order. I'm very glad. It's
Team Paige, Team Paige.
Yeah. Did you listen to the Lillian Garcia podcast with her?
No, I have heard good things about it and I want to listen to it, but I haven't had time to do shit because I've been so busy doing all the other shit I gotta do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I don't think I'm going to listen to it. She talks really openly about like having wanted to kill herself. And I was like, I'm glad that you talked about this. I don't think this is for me personally to listen to, but I've heard that it's very good and that she's like really open about like what happened post sex tape and how that really affected her and like how she was like, I'm definitely spiraling. I don't know what to do. Like, I think it sounds like a very good interview.
Yeah. I'm happy to see Paige on my TV every week.
Yes, I completely agree.
Do you have any news?
Oh, we have a correction. I had this written down. Last week we said that Sasha and Alexa were the first women to wrestle in Abu Dhabi. That's actually not true. There was a TNA women's match that happened in Abu Dhabi in 2010, which a couple of people contacted us about. Someone sent us some of the footage too. It was at like a private event that was never televised, but I didn't have time to watch the footage that they sent us, but I definitely want to. I don't even know who was in the match. Did you?
They also like today when you watch Raw, Stephanie said the first WWE women's match. I think they like started correcting it a little bit, which is good.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, so that's good too. I mean, that's also weird though that like that's the last time that women wrestled there was 7 years ago. Like that kind of blows my mind and is still very bizarre. But I just wanted to, I wrote that down because I was like, I gotta remember to write this on the podcast. Also, like things that companies are doing correctly. Ring of Honor finally has a fucking women's title, which debuted at Final Battle. Fucking thank God.
Can you talk about whether or not they're gonna like start including that shit on their pay-per-views and on their shows, or is it still gonna be like, we've made a belt, but it's still online only exclusive, like you have to be on our YouTube page. We don't put it on our TV.
They, I'm not sure because they introduced the belt, but didn't get it. They're doing it the same way AAW did it and doing a 16-woman tournament. But past that, I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's gonna. I have a feeling that it will be included in the like regular television because they're like making a big deal of it. Although knowing Ring of Honor, very possible it just becomes an online thing again. Also, I had some stats that I wanted to point out. The first women's match in Ring of Honor was in 2002, and we are getting a belt in 2017. And it's also been a completely separate brand as Women of Honor for 2 years before they got a belt. So, you know, I just want to point that out that I'm glad Ring of Honor did the right thing, but also like hard side eye that it took this goddamn long to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
I am
for real.
But I'm skeptical as fuck.
Skeptical. I am skeptical as Ferg. I agree. So yes, those are the only news things that I wrote down. I don't have any other interesting news this week.
Speaking of women's title stuff, I didn't get a chance to watch all of Impact, but I did watch the women's segments. They opened and closed the show, which I like. I thought that was kind of cool. There was a number one contendership match with Sienna and Madison Rayne and Casey Spinelli. 2 scoops.
Yes. Oh my God, I watched this match. I just happened to turn on the TV and it was on and I was like, is that motherfucking 2 scoops? I was very excited about it. So I actually did watch this. I watched this, but not the second one. I only saw the one at the beginning.
I should run into the other room and put on my Spinelli shirt. I forgot about that shirt. 2 scoops. She's so fucking great. I love her. Yeah. She's so funny. I hope they let her character like blossom a little bit more in TNA because like so far it's just like new girl who is good at wrestling but doesn't have too much of a character. When like we saw her, she was Shimmer, she was so fucking funny.
Yeah, fucking nothing but personality. She was amazing.
So Allie is the new number one contender, which
Yes.
tracks with all the Gail Kim stuff, and like
Yep.
that makes sense. And then Laurel Van Ness is the Impact champion now.
Yes, she is.
You definitely spoiled without saying what it was, because when I was like, Laura Van Ness is asking for a release. You're like, well, I have a spoiler. Obviously, that was the only spoiler it could be.
Well, sort of, because it's okay. So what happened was she asked for her release, and then they gave her the title, and so afterwards, what I heard, like the spoiler that I heard was that she was like, I don't want to be the champion. I don't understand. And so I was like, so when I heard about all the stuff that was happening earlier, I was like, I don't understand how this is going to happen. Like, so I just don't, like, what, are they trying to convince her to stay? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, at least they have a number one contender that has a storyline, so that if they need to take it off of Laurel Van Ness very quickly, it makes sense to give it to Allie.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's going to be interesting to have her as our champ. So the next 2 weeks for Impact are their like yearly review. They just do kind of like a mashup show. So it won't be until like January where we see exactly what's happening. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious to see what happens in kayfabe and in real life, what's going on with Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness, and this championship.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's like, I guess technically they cannot grant her request, but at the same time, like, it's just very weird. It's such a strange thing for a business to do, to be like, this is how we're going to convince you to, like, although I guess they did that with Eli too, when he was like, I'm going to leave. They were like, here's this belt. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. So please don't leave. So maybe that's all it is they're like, you're one of the only characters that we have that still like has a through storyline that makes sense. Like, we're just going to do this and hope you're cool with it. Too. Yeah, exactly.
So that's exciting. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and like, I'm happy for Chelsea Green. I like her a lot, but it's like, it also feels like they're trapping her. It's very weird.
She also was posting a bunch of funny pictures of her mom like cooking in the Impact Women's belt. I know some fucking marks are probably like, that's disrespectful and blah blah blah, but I thought it was very funny.
I think it's great. Like, why else have a belt except so that you can take amazing photos in it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's funny that her mom was like, let me wear that. And she was like, whatever, Mom. You're my mom.
Yeah, right.
You want to chop potatoes in my wrestling belt? Go for it.
Yeah.
Did you watch Total Divas this week?
Sort of. I like half watched it through cringy, closed eyes. It made me extremely uncomfortable.
I just kept pausing it and unpausing it and pausing it and then going and leaving in the room and like doing a tack and then coming back. It was so painful to watch.
Yeah, I was like walking in and out of the room. It just, it was very hard to watch. I'm gonna try and watch it at work, and then was like, I literally can't watch this at work. This is fucking insane.
You know, pre this episode, like I got where Natty was coming from a lot, but then this episode, Natty done lost her mind. Lana couldn't shut her mouth. Like when Carmella was like, Lana's got like diarrhea mouth. She cannot stop talking.
Yep. Which is true. We already knew that was true.
But like, oh man, it was so uncomfortable. And they were like, I love that Brie and Nikki were like, just view it as entertainment. Like, we can't do anything about it with these crazy. I love my favorite part, my two favorite parts. Okay. Obviously, praise be, Brie mode is back.
Yes.
I love that Naomi was like, Natty, you didn't have to do that in front of me. Why did you do it in front of me? Why did you make me a part of this? I don't want to be here. I love that. I thought that was so funny and such a good point. But my favorite part of maybe any Total Divas episode ever was that shot in the kitchen where Lana and Natty were going at it and whatever. Like, it was when like Natty was like running to her room after she threw the phone in the luggage, and Lana was like, hey, where's my phone? And everyone was like, oh no, Brie is fucking wasted. Has her hand on her tit, breast pumping, and just eating like chips or something, fucking oblivious while all this drama is happening behind her. And she's like, I don't give a fuck, Brie mode. She's like pumping and just like eating and like in her own Brie mode world. And I was like, yeah, Brie, this is why you're my Lord and Savior. You get it.
Also, I liked how we got like an immediate answer to the question this last week of like,
Pump and
do you think people, pump and dump, and do you think people will drink it if it's pump and dumped? And the answer to both is it happens, and yes, people will try it.
I mean, I love that Naomi was like, this is wasteful. We could use this.
I was like, girl, I get you.
Naomi is the best forever and always. Naomi and Brie.
So good.
Forever.
So good.
I'm sad that Naya wasn't on that trip.
I know, me too. Although I feel like she could have been the voice of reason, although maybe she wouldn't have.
No, I think she would have escalated it to a better level. Like Carmela and Alexa were trying to be this voice of reason, and I was like, stop, you guys are boring. Let them be crazy. But also like Naomi was a voice of reason, but she was also like trying to play along. Like Naomi gets it. After having been fired and rehired for Total Divas for a long time, she gets it.
Yeah, she's like, I know what my role is here.
She's the best. But man, that Brie shot of her just pumping and eating and not giving a shit about the drama behind her. I was like, yeah, Brie.
Oh, so good. So good. I love it.
I love that it ended with like a to be continued. Like,
I know. And I like how you get the like preview of the next week with Lana like waking up and Alexa being like, you need to get your shit together. You need to act like a grown ass adult. I think I drank too much. Yeah, I think so.
I think we're all crazy. The worst part was when Natty cut that weird promo. But it wasn't a promo. It was so awkward. Natty's so awkward. Lana's dumb.
It's very
awkward, and it makes for great television, but it's also really hard to watch.
It's just absolutely cringeworthy. Like, it's funny because I feel like there are some episodes of, especially like Total Bellas, where things just felt so cheesy and manufactured, and this stuff just feels like fucking chaos. Like this, they got these people together and liquored them up because they knew that this shit would happen, but I feel like they got like the perfect 10 out of putting them all in this house together. Like they got exactly what they wanted out of this, and it was fucking awful, but also like really fat. It was like a train wreck. Like you're driving past and you're like, I don't want to look at this, but I cannot look away from it. It's
It's too much for me. Emotionally wrecked. Oh, so full disclosure, because of the holidays, we are recording on a Tuesday when we normally record on a Wednesday. So I have not watched any of SmackDown. You have seen a little bit of it. So we have not watched a lot of the like fallout from Clash of Champions. So we're kind of just going to talk about Clash of Champions.
Yes, I know some things.
Some stuff.
I've had it also on in the background, so I know most of the important stuff that's happened so far, it seems. Yeah. So we should be good on that. Surprisingly, not a lot of follow-ups. So not a lot of follow-up. Yeah, not a ton of follow-up. Okay, anyway, so Clash Champions. I enjoyed it. There were things that I really liked about it. There were things I found confusing.
Like every other match felt weird.
Yeah, there were some things. I don't know. It was interesting because it was like a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. It didn't need to be WrestleMania, and it wasn't. Definitely, it wasn't the best pay-per-view I've ever seen. I watched almost all of the pre-shows, so I saw the Zack Ryder and Mojo match and was surprised by how good it was. I really enjoyed it.
Was it good? I only watched like the highlights of it. It was good.
Yeah, it wasn't very long either. So it was like
6 minutes and 55 seconds according to Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah. See, not very long at all. So, like, it was good. They did the storytelling that they needed to. Zack Ryder ate the pin. I was a little surprised by that. But also at the same time, like, Zack Ryder should be putting over Mojo. Mojo's a lot younger. Zack's been there for fucking ever. Like, it makes sense that he would go forward. So it was interesting to, like, watch that storyline continue to progress. And then I took a gamble and was like, they're going to do the United States Championship first. I'm going to go take a shower. So I watched the whole pre-show and then took a shower and got out right at the end of the U.S. Championship match and was like, oh, I made a great decision. I did not need to watch this. But then I watched the encore right afterwards.
I told you so. Fucking told you so.
But also, this is one of the things I do have follow-up for. I also watched the segment earlier where Dolph Ziggler came out on SmackDown and was like, I'm a whiny baby. This isn't my first time. I run this show, and ran a promo package of stuff from 2013 when he had very short hair. And it was like, this is all very old. Why are we watching this? Whatever, Dolph. This is cool, I guess. I don't understand.
I don't like, again, disclaimer, we don't like Dolph Ziggler, but this is kind of an interesting angle to have him win this match.
That's weird.
Which this match I thought was actually pretty okay. I thought this.
Yeah, I went back and I watched the encore. I watched like the first half of the show a second time, and it was like, yeah, this is a fine match. It was fine. Like, I like Baron Corbin fine enough.
Yeah, and the ending was cool with the way that like they did the end of days zigzag. Like that was cool.
Yeah,
but like Dolph Ziggler
like,
winning and then doing this like, you don't appreciate me, I'm relinquishing this title, maybe like
unclear. I mean, yeah, like
his character's whiny bitch, so like they might as well like lean into it, and it's kind of like an interesting storyline, I think, to be like, oh, I haven't won in such a long time, I'm not getting the position I want, and then to win, get a belt, and then be like, fuck you guys. Like that's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, I agree, because it was like I watched this segment and was like, what is happening? Because he was doing like that. You don't appreciate me. You don't deserve me. And you know what? And then just like lays the belt down. And I was like, up until he laid it down and left the ring without it, I was like, I'm so fucking tired of this. Because he does the same bullshit every week. But now, like, I agree. I think that this is a very interesting way to like take a twist on his character that he hasn't done before. Like his whole thing is, no one appreciates me. I'm going to win a title. LOL, I won a title. Then I'm going to lose a title. No one appreciates me. It just goes on and on and on. And so like, I do like that there's this new element to what they're doing with him. Like, cool, good. Good. I actually want to see what's going to happen with this after this. So I'm interested to see what happens next week.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. And also I like that they started the show with the like silence and then Bobby Roode's thing. Like that was cool. That was a fun way to kick off the show.
Yeah, I agree.
He does have a killer entrance. The next match was a really good match. It was the Usos versus the New Day versus Gable and Benjamin versus Rusev and Aiden English. Man, I really thought Rusev and Aiden English were going to win a couple times. I got so excited.
Too.
I got so excited.
I was like swept up in it. And that stadium would have exploded. Stadium, that's the wrong word for that. That place would have exploded. Like it. I can't believe they let him sing that whole song, the whole thing. Like the crowd was into it. They were singing along with Aiden. Like that was awesome. And like they actually wanted an encore. It was just, I was so happy. I was like, these guys deserve this. Like they have both had such shit handed to them the last couple of years. Like put them together, make them a dope tag team. I didn't understand it when they did it with Sheamus and Cesaro until much later and was like, oh, I get it. These guys are great and they have no fucking clue what to do with them. But with Rusev and Aiden English, right away, I'm like, I'm in. This is so great. I fucking love it.
It kind of reminds me, and maybe this is not the best analogy because of like where they are now, but it kind of reminds me when they like haphazardly put Heath Slater and Rusev together and Heath Slater and Rhino together, and it like just worked. And it was funny and it was good wrestling and like, and then, you know, to watch them on Raw, like have a decent match, but then lose. And then to have that like backstage segment where, you know, Rhino's like, we're going to toughen you up. Like, I think that the way that they're setting Rusev and Aiden English up can work in a very similar, obviously very different characters way where they can be a comedy team. They can be a good wrestler team. They can be champions. Like if they really stick with this could work for them in a lot of different ways.
Yes, I totally agree. And also, I feel like a world in which Aiden English and Rusev can be champions is a world in which Breezango could maybe be champions too. Like Breezango is very much like they lost so quickly to the Bludgeon Brothers, which was so disappointing.
Under 2 minutes.
Yeah, and where the fuck was the Ascension? I don't get it. Like
I told you your dream like fantasy booking was too good.
It was too good. It just felt so disappointing. Even Tyler Breeze, someone asked him on Twitter and he quote tweeted it and he was like, I don't know. I wonder where the Ascension was. And I was like, yeah, see, even they know. They know this would have been better. So like, I feel like in a world where Aiden English can be a champion, like Breezango can totally be part of that like #1 contenders field in like an actually serious way, which would be great. I love like this tag team division is so strong and has so many great people in it, and I want to be able to watch all of them.
Yeah. Also, Chad Gable looked really good in this match.
I know. Also, like
really strong and really capable and really good in this match.
It's funny. This match with Chad Gable really made me feel like Shelton Benjamin was fine. Like I feel neither one way nor another about him. He's fine. He's a good wrestler. He seems to work well with Chad Gable. But I feel like what this match really taught us about Chad Gable is that he carried American Alpha, and it felt like Jason Jordan was an equal part of that. And I don't think that he was. I think that Chad Gable really put that fucking team where they were.
Yeah, Chad Gable, if you remember their matches, Chad would do all of the wrestling and then Jason Jordan would come in for the hot tag. Like that was their whole gimmick. And don't get me wrong, I do think what they're doing with Jason Jordan on Raw is very interesting, and it has like a slow burn quality that I think like is actually really working right now for me. And I think like it seems annoying that like it's supposed to seem like annoying, and he's like a whining and he's getting all these opportunities, but he is doing good matches. Like I think that they found I think it was right to split American Alpha up because they're using Chad Gable and Jason Jordan in the ways that it seems like that they, as individual wrestlers, were built to be used.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I also feel like with Jason Jordan, like I've really started to love this slow burn story because I feel like for so long, WWE just wouldn't commit to these kind of slow burn stories. And so this whole time it's been like, what the fuck is going on? When are they going to fuck this up? When is this going to go poorly? And now I have like faith that this storyline is being handled well. And so I'm excited to see what happens with Jason Jordan. And I now sort of feel that way about Chad Gable as well, because up till now it's felt like American Alpha 2.0, but they do feel like a different tag team, and like Chad is great. He is so good. Watching him suplex all those dudes in a row was amazing.
I also didn't mind that the Usos retained. It didn't bother me. Like they are good champs right now. They're building so many like side storylines and really building up other teams. And like when the Usos do lose, I feel like it will mean a lot more because they aren't losing.
Yeah, and they lost in a non-title match tonight against Chad and Shelton Benjamin. So they're like clearly building that up as well too. And at first when they won, I was like, this is a boring choice. But at the same time, like I feel like I really did just get swept up in the Rusev and Aiden English moment. And like it does make the most sense. It just felt like if there had ever been a time to call an audible and be like, do it, give it to these guys, like that would have been the right time to do it. And so I'm disappointed that didn't happen. But I think you're right. Overall, that keeping the Usos where they are was a smart move.
I think so too. The match after this was Charlotte Flair versus Natalya in a lumberjack match for the women's championship.
This match was good at a lot of times, and then there were other times where I was like, what the fuck is happening here? I
don't think that's as a result of like it being the women's match or whatever. I mean, lumberjack matches always feel
a shit show. Yes, definitely.
Like they're built to be a shit show. The whole point is that it is a shit show. Like that there's two cooks in the kitchen and there's so much fighting. But I did think that Charlotte's so good at the rally and like the beat down, like before getting her ass kicked and the selling and then coming out with the win. Like that's kind of her whole thing. I loved Natty putting her in the sharpshooter near the end, and like Charlotte's just so good at selling. She's so good at selling.
Yes, I totally agree. And also at first I found that the pushing her out of the ring over and over really irritating. And then by the 8th time it happened, I was like, this is actually pretty cool. I actually am really enjoying this part of it. But it's because it did exactly what you're saying. It showcased what a shit show a lumberjack match is. And so I did really enjoy that. And it got to lead to us seeing Charlotte sell her ass off, which is like you said, very good at.
Yeah. And I thought it was interesting that there were 7 women outside of the ring. 3 of them were heels from one faction, 3 of them from heels from another faction, and then just the lone babyface in Naomi.
Yeah, exactly. Because Becky Lynch is gone, so she's the only other one.
I also thought that the thing at the end where Carmella almost cashed in was I started screaming. I was like, ah, 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 ah. And then her, then the beat down happening or whatever, that was exciting. And I hope that they continue to do more teases of Carmella almost cashing in, because they haven't really done that a lot. She's kind of waved it in people's faces and whatever, but they haven't done near cash-ins a lot. And I think they could definitely start doing that more.
Well, because up till now, they've had Ellsworth almost cash in for her a couple of times, or telegraph that she's about to cash in. And so I feel like they got to use that space very well, so that now when she does these false cash-ins, it won't feel like, God damn, she's been doing this for 8 months. Because it's been 6 months. She's had this title or this briefcase for for a long time. And so to now start to do this, I think is really smart. Like, she could hold this title for 11, or God, I keep calling it a title, this briefcase for 11 months. And I would be like, I'm totally fine with that because she's really fucking good at it. Speaking of money in the bank briefcases, I really liked that after the US title, Dasha, right? I think that's her name, went up to Baron Corbin and was like, "You've now got a reputation for being the man who squanders opportunities." And I was like, oh, I love that. I thought it was so good. And he got so mad about it, threw that trash can. I was like, I like this. I like that they've like incorporated this fuck up that they had with the Money in the Bank situation with him. Now it works. They've like built that as part of his character. I think that they responded to a situation that they did not handle very well. The like back end of it has worked really well for him.
I also like Dasha finally getting a personality.
Yes, I agree. I like that she, like, Renee became really good when she was willing to stand up to wrestlers and like challenge their bullshit. And Dasha has like figured out how to do that and be interesting and have her own personality, and like that has really started to come out of her, and it's really nice.
For sure. The match after that was the horrible Bludgeon Brothers defeated Breezango match.
It was so fast. It
was under 2 minutes. Also, I was watching with my friend Julie, and who is a wrestling fan but just hasn't watched in a little while because she's not like a week to week person or whatever, and you know she got busy in her life, whatever. So she hasn't seen Eric and Luke Harper as the Bludgeon Brothers, and the first thing she said was, "Wow, those outfits are really bad."
She is right.
I was like, "Yeah, they're not good." She was like, she said, "Those look like I made them." And also, like, Breezango is so over and everybody loves them. Like, they should win a match here and there. Not necessarily against the Bludgeon Brothers, but, like,
have a real match.
Throw them some jobbers. Like, let them have a fucking match. I don't know. I want to see them fucking wrestle. They're both good wrestlers.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, like, also, fuck putting the Fashion Files on WWE.com. It's so stupid. Like, either make it into its own fucking network show, which would be great. I would absolutely watch an episode of the Fashion Files, like, after 205 Live. Like, put a 5 to 10 minute episode up after 205 Live rather than fucking put it on WWE.com. Like, do you want it to fail? It's just, I understand they're trying to push people to their other platforms, but don't. Like, do other stuff with that. Like, ugh.
The next match was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan as special guest referees. Shockingly, not the main event.
I was very surprised by that. Honestly, I think it might be because I don't remember which site ran an article about this. I think it might have been on Up Rocks, about how the WWE Championship had not been the main event. If it had not been the main event at this show, it would have gone almost like a full 6 months without being.
I'm pretty sure that was Cage Side because I.
Oh, was it Cage Side? Okay, I couldn't. I was like,
but yeah, a well-known site ran something that was like, what the fuck? And I'm sure multiple of them did because it's like a big storyline.
I know that there was an article recently about how the WWE Championship had not been the main event in several months, and I wonder if they were like, we kind of have to. Because that's a good point. Like, if you're not willing to put your championship in your main fucking event, like, that's not good. It's supposed to be the main event. It's the main belt. So I was like glad that they didn't make this specialty match the main event, but it was also like really weird that it wasn't. I don't know. I felt really confused about it.
I'm glad that they did it, but also like,
why?
I'm not glad that they did it with that match.
Yeah.
Which is like the dumb thing to say. Like, you're either happy or you're not, but like, it's just weird because it's gender and like, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I thought that they did a fine job following it up, to be fair. It was better than I was expecting. But when this tag match started, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
It was better than I expected, the AJ Styles Jinder Mahal thing, but the whole time I just kept thinking, why is it this long? Why is it this long? Why is it this long? And I get that it's this long because it's the main event and it's the, WWE Championship, and they're trying to put some more prestige on it. Like, they had the whole package of like the champion in all of these people's hands and like whatever, and like they're clearly trying to make their 2 main championships mean something again. But it also just felt like, really, you're going to do that with a 23-minute match with Jinder Mahal? Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Exactly. And you know what? Maybe that's shitty because I did think Jinder Mahal did a better job than he normally does. It was just like, nobody cares anymore. Like, we wanted to move on from this storyline a while ago.
And also, I think that the reason Jinder looked so good is because AJ sold his fucking ass off. Like,
because AJ's the best wrestler in the fucking world. Like, yeah, Jinder doesn't look good against just anybody.
Yeah, like, Jinder needs someone who can, like, really elevate a match. Because Jinder can do a good job, but he isn't good enough to bring someone up to his level. He just, like with Shinsuke, they had mediocre matches because they both need people to pull them up, and so neither of them can pull each other up. And it's like, what the fuck? And Randy Orton can be the same way. He can have great matches, but he needs someone to fucking elevate him, and like is not willing to do that with some people, and so just won't. And so it was nice to see AJ like really fucking give his all for this match for Jinder. And also, did you watch the Talking Smack that they aired afterwards? Since
I did not.
Didn't watch the pay-per-view. Okay. AJ, it was pretty short, but it was Sam Roberts was there instead of Daniel Bryan, and I was like, this is just not the same. But it was still fun to like get a taste of Talking Smack again. But AJ came on and looked like dog shit, just beat to shit. He looked tired. He was like barely interested in being there, let alone being alive, like was just all fucked up. And had this great moment where he was like, you know what? I think that this puts a definitive finish on this. I think that this is the end of this feud and we should be done with this now. And so they had like a mixed 6-person tag tonight on SmackDown, but it didn't, I don't know, like maybe they said that they were going to pursue it further, but it didn't really feel like it. So I hope that that is the end.
I really hope that it is the end. It feels like it should be because, like, if you have AJ Styles as a champion, why would you squander it? Why wouldn't you, like, really build to other feuds? Fuck, why aren't you not building to, or why don't you focus on building to, like, Shinsuke and AJ? Like,
yes,
you need to
exactly.
AJ Styles because he is great. Like, you have to use him well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you put him with people that he can elevate to his level, and he fucking will, but you need to put people in who can do that work with him. Especially if we're going to give them the title.
We talked about the main event, but we did not talk about the match that we before. I thought that this match was very fun, and I love I mean, we all kind of knew it was going to happen. We knew Sami and Kevin would win because, like, they can't
have to.
And that they're setting up for something Shane versus Daniel. But, like, I thought they did a really good job doing that.
Almost in any other match, I don't like special referees because it turns into all about them, and like, I don't like it when Shane makes everything about him. And so
a little bit because like he had a referee shirt, set his name on it.
Yeah. So it worked once it became very clear that like, oh, okay, we're doing this. Like this is what this match is about, is that we are making this build to this. And I like once I accepted that, I was like, I don't really need to pay attention to the wrestling at all. All I can watch are the refs, and that's kind of okay. Which is a weird thing to say with 4 people like that, though. That like this wrestling is inconsequential and means almost nothing.
Yeah, they did an okay job, obviously, like a good job. It was just like that wasn't the point of the match, but because the story build was so good, and because it felt like Shane versus them and Daniel helping out to be the actual referee, like it didn't feel like just Shane versus Daniel. It definitely still felt like Shane versus Kevin and Sami.
Yeah, I agree.
It will be interesting to see what actually they do, because like Daniel isn't supposed to wrestle, but maybe they let him. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
It feels like we're really, really building towards Shane versus Daniel at WrestleMania. Like, maybe...
Yeah, but, like, in what context?
I don't know. Like, I have no idea. They fucking cleared Kurt Angle. I feel like there's no way Daniel Bryan saw that and was like, for real? Are you for real? You cleared him and you won't clear me? Like... Which is true. Like, they should probably never have cleared Kurt Angle to wrestle. And I know that they're trying to do this Angle to Triple H build, but I kind of don't want to because I'm afraid Kurt Angle's gonna die. So that also makes me feel better about Daniel Bryan, but also like I don't want him to die.
See, I'm very curious to see what happens. I think it'll be interesting regardless.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? As much as I dislike Shane being the fucking front and center attention of everything all the time, like at least they're making the effort to put like good stories together with him. It's not just him jumping in 2 seconds before a storyline and being like, now I'm gonna fight you. Like, it really feels like they're building and weaving his character through this very well. And so I appreciate that that's happening, even if I'm like, ugh, the boss. Of course, it's the boss who is doing all this shit. It was
Let's talk about Raw, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about Raw.
Excellent.
It's a thing now.
Yep. Excellent.
I thought Raw was really good.
I enjoyed Raw. I was watching it with a bunch of people, which was fun, and so it was interesting. Yeah,
let's do the highlights. We finally got the setup of Braun and Brock and Kane, and also had a hilarious moment where Kurt Angle was afraid to buy all these giants.
Yes, that was hilarious. Also a moment where Brock Lesnar could not pick up Kane to do his finisher, which I found particularly amusing.
LOL, fuck Brock Lesnar.
Exactly. Maybe you should wrestle for more than once.
The storyline with Joe and Seth and Jason Jordan and Dean Ambrose actually was really good. And the match between Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins with Joe on the outside was very interesting. And like, I like how they set it up for the tag team later. And it also, or the triple threat later. And it also, I like how they didn't just write Dean off with an injury. Like, they gave him an actual injury to like, I appreciated that, because sometimes, you know, it happens in this business that people get hurt and sometimes they can't wrestle and you can't write them off in a different way. But because it is a storyline based business, like, it sucks sometimes. And I like when they do take the time to acknowledge injuries and like make it a part of the story, so it doesn't feel as like weird as like, oh, remember the thing that we were doing for 6 months? Scratch that. We're starting again. Fresh and new. Like, I really enjoyed that. I thought Dean sold it really well, probably because he was actually really hurt. But Jordan really held his own with these like veterans of the business.
Yeah, I agree. And like, I felt really fucking bad for Dean, because clearly something happened. I don't know if it was as bad as
injured. Me and Nick looked it up. He was injured before this, and then they used this match as an excuse to give him time to take off work. He was injured, but like not injured in a way where he couldn't at least like do this storyline.
That's really interesting. I wonder, too, if that's like they already knew that Dean was injured and they were going to have to, because he's never been injured. That's part of this. Like, it does make sense that he would finally, after all of this time with WWE and all of that time on the fucking indies doing deathmatch bullshit, like, it does make sense that he would need some time off to, like, recover and possibly get surgery. Like, he's never had to do that. They should be able to do this. But it makes a lot of sense why they haven't put the titles back on the Shield, because they like had an idea that this was going to happen. And also, like, it's going to be interesting to watch how they now have to take the titles off of the Bar, knowing that Sheamus is injured and is going to have to retire at some point, and that they can't just give that to the Shield because now Dean is also legitimately injured.
You think they're going to try and let Sheamus retire at WrestleMania?
Yes, I do, because he's been cleared to continue wrestling for at least another 3 months, which is about WrestleMania. So, yes, I do. I feel like if he can do it, if he feels like he can do it, and they're willing to clear him enough to go to WrestleMania, I say he should do it.
Yeah.
It still makes me cringe every time he gets in the ring, but like...
Or giant Celtic boys.
Also, I just cannot stop thinking about like fucking poor Cesaro.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot imagine what this is like to have your face got all fucked up and you have to like have your teeth extracted from your gums, and then your second tag team partner gets a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
Career-ending. Like, oh my God, your travel partner, 2 travel partners in a row. Like, oh no.
Poor Seth, or poor Cesaro.
Also poor Seth, yes.
I just was thinking about how Cesaro and Seth are actually good friends and they travel together sometimes. That's what my brain did.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But also poor Seth.
Yeah. Well,
I am happy that they let Bray and Matt have their own promos. It worked a lot better.
Yes.
The like weird smash cuts. I love that they brought back Matt Hardy talking to animals with like famous people reincarnated into their bodies.
Yes. I love it.
Napoleon and the goldfish playing chess. Of course.
I love it. I love it so much. You know what I also love? I love when they come back to commentary and Corey Graves is like, I totally understand all of this. He explained all of it. I'm part of this order. And Michael Cole and Booker T cannot hide how much they fucking hate it. Just totally contempt. Complete contempt across both of their faces.
They're very like old school, like, this is fucking dumb, killing the business.
Exactly. They're both just so pissed about it, and I love watching Corey Graves be like, "This is the best."
Have you ever noticed?
Love it.
Have you ever noticed that Corey Graves holds his hands like Mr. Burns?
Yes, yes.
Fucking weird.
Yes. He has
also,
very
not to bash anybody, but Corey Graves is gaining a little weight.
Really, I have not noticed that.
Nick has, so now I have. Because Nick always has a comment about Corey Graves' outfit, and he was like, ooh, Corey Graves. And I was like, you are right, though. He is.
Ooh, I'm going to have to look out for that. Maybe he just isn't. I mean, he was a fucking professional wrestler and, like, kept that physique up for a long time. Maybe he finally was just like, you know what?
Now he looks like normal. I mean, he's still like, he's trash in many ways. He's still very good looking, and he, like, dresses ridiculously, but.
Yeah, he was
between the Mr. Burns and his hilarious comments and then like his like commentary weight. I have a lot of opinions about Corey Graves.
It reminds me of like also a trash person, but when Jerry Lawler like would wear his full wrestling tights for years and years and years on commentary, and then all of a sudden there was a shift where he was like, now I wear t-shirts with crowns on them. Maybe this is what happened for Corey. He was like, this is it. I'm at commentary now. I'm putting on the commentary weight. I will just get my suits refitted.
And then we had like amazing cruiserweight action. So we had the Drew versus Cedric match, which was great, and then the fun backstage segment with Enzo and Nia, and hilariously Drew with his like,
oh my god,
fucking blue nose, and like, and I love that. I think this is the best of both worlds. Cedric Alexander, #1 contender, take that title fucking away from Enzo. Love it.
Yes.
But also having Drew lose, but then have this like it makes sense.
He's
if Cedric gets the belt. He's face turning. If Cedric gets the belt, but then Drew has a feud with Enzo because Enzo is like taking advantage of Drew and all of his friends, and he made him beat up his boyfriend, and like, I think it's kind of brilliant. And then maybe like Drew messes with Enzo's relationship with Nia, but Nia's like not really into him, and then she just kills him, and it'll be great.
I love it. I love all of these things. I'm totally here for it.
Let's all kill Enzo Amore. Let's go back to everyone beating up Enzo Amore. No more Zo Train. Everybody beat up Enzo Amore.
Right? Let's get on the PowerPoint presentation train, okay? That's what we all really want.
How fucking funny was Drew with that like piece of like cotton stuck up his nose?
So good.
He's like oblivious. He's like, we gotta watch the tapes. I think I can learn from my mistakes.
And it like watching him watch Enzo walk away after he had like called him his best friend was like, oh, it was just such a good little piece of character work, and then to lose after that. So when he finds him, you think like he's gonna freak out, but then he does this adorable like, I can learn. I swear I can get better. Like, oh, it was just so good. I love that they've taken this politician gimmick and turned him into this like really lovable person.
He's the best. But also on the cruiserweight front, fucking Hideo Itami premiered.
Yes.
Outside of the cruiserweight division. So, I mean, there are rumors that the cruiserweight division, like they're going to put Finn in the cruiserweight division and Itami, and if they bring in Ricochet, and like have this like really stacked 205 Live cruiserweight division.
Yeah,
and Rockstar Spud.
I
like the idea
for it.
of them being in the cruiserweight division, but also doing other stuff like Itami and Finn with the Miztourage. Like that's how it should be. Cedric Alexander shouldn't only fight other cruiserweights. Like he should be able to be the cruiserweight champion or be in the cruiserweight division, but also have other feuds and fights. Like they shouldn't be so secular. And I hope that that is changing.
Yeah. And it seems like they've like really heard the message that people want to see them interact. And I think that's part of why Nia is being pulled in as well. Like it's when they put Sasha and Foxy inside of that division, brought more people to it because people want to see the cruiserweights as real people and as like real people inside of this company. All they do right now is exist alone in like a pod, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I love it. I really hope, because I mean, we like the cruiserweight division regardless. Like, we are big fans of it and have been for a long time. But if they really like give it the space to grow and evolve, it could be something really fucking great. Like, they're doing great shit without that space and without like the support. Would be able to do if they were given that support. And you bring in people like Rockstar Spud, who not the best wrestler in the world, not a terrible wrestler, not the best wrestler, but like fucking flames all over the board with character work. And like somebody like Ricochet and like Finn and Itami, like bring back the Finn and Itami alliance from NXT. Like, that was great.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
I also love Itami hit the GTS and nobody chanted CM Punk, and I was like, yeah.
I didn't even notice that. You're totally right. Oh, that is nice.
I was really worried.
Oh, that's really nice. Good. That's fucking
I
good.
still love CM Punk, but like, and like, I, defend him against like marks on the internet or whatever. But at the same time, like, he's not there, and we need to respect the performers in the ring. People shouldn't chant his name. Also, like, that's Hideo Itami's move.
Yes.
If anybody gets to do that move, it's Hideo Itami.
Yes, I think that's ultimately too why like the asshole smarks who may chant CM Punk like don't, because they do actually know that, oh yeah, it's not actually CM Punk's move, and it is real shitty to chant this at him. Like, the one time they understand that it's shitty to chant something.
But they did it. Remember, they did it at NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Yeah, It's Chicago.
But Chicago is the worst. The worst.
The worst fucking place to see wrestling as a WWE fan. They're just the...
So obviously we knew Alicia was going to lose against Asuka, but they gave that match a little bit of time, and Foxy looked really good.
Yeah, I agree. I love that they're letting Foxy work. Yes.
Also,
did you buy that shirt?
Looked okay. I didn't, because I'm spending so much money on people on Christmas, and I know there will be another sale. But next time I do buy a BOGO or whatever, I'm going to get that shirt.
Good.
I will wear that weird Fox shirt, even if it's just a bed. I want to support Foxy. I don't know why they don't just put her cool, like the logo that's on her gear is cool. I would just wear like a black shirt with that logo, or a blue shirt with that like gold on it. I would wear that shirt all day, all night.
Yeah. Give her a hat. Just give her a hat that's black and has gold letters and says Foxy. I will buy it.
We go hard all day, all night. This is a really gay song. We're Southern boys. It's a really gay song.
It's a really gay song.
I'm not a huge Revival fan necessarily. I think they're really good, and I've enjoyed a lot of their matches, but I'm not gonna like go buy a Revival t-shirt. But I was like putting on my makeup to go to work, and I popped really hard for the Revival to come back. Because the only spoiler I knew going into Raw was the Rumble, I think.
Okay.
But like, so I didn't know anything, and I think I knew Itami came back, but like, I did not read about Revival, and I popped like a little fucking kid. I was like, what the fuck?
Earlier in the episode, I don't remember what it must have been. We were talking about the tag teams. Dev and I were watching it, and we're like, it feels like there are no other fucking tag teams on Raw, because we just see the same back and forth bullshit all the time, not knowing, of course, that this injury was going to happen with Dean. And I was like demanding to know where the Revival was. So I was like, they've been gone for so long. This is fucking bullshit. I need them to come back soon. And then like an hour later, they came out, and I freaked out. I was so excited.
We go hard. Also, okay, it was a squash match, whatever. It was so good to see them back. But also, can we take a moment for statistician Dana Brooke?
Oh my God, she looked so fresh, so good. I was so excited.
She was like,
I loved it.
Lana, you're not going to do this gimmick anymore. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it better.
Yeah, her cat eye glasses, so cute. I was like, I want those.
I love that she did her like that bit, but then she came out in the ring later and had her like full gear on and the fluffiest ponytail. I was like, Dana, I
loved it.
Dana, you didn't do anything this episode really, other than like small cameos. And I'm like Team Dana right now.
I know. Like her stuff the only time she was on last week was to join Titus Brand, and it was great. And she was really funny. Like she's doing the Fashion Files thing. She understands like I can be a small part of the show and be very impactful just by being good and being funny. And I think she's like really learned how to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Good for you, Dana.
Good for you, Dana. So the big news is Women's Royal Rumble.
Yes. I cried.
Cried. I knew it was happening, and I still cried.
Me too. As soon as Stephanie got there, Michael was like, Erin, you know this is going to happen. Are you going to cry? And I was like, yes, definitely. And it started, and as soon as she got in the ring and everyone was standing around her, I was like, oh, of course, Stephanie's putting herself literally front and center of this fucking thing. But then I started to cry. I was like, oh, I can't even be mad about this. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and like it will be it's a Rumble, so and it's both brands, like it has to be both brands, right?
Yes, it is. They said they were talking about it on SmackDown tonight as well, that the SmackDown women will be part of it.
That's so exciting. Yes. And obviously there's not 30 people, like they're gonna have to bring some people, even if it's just temporarily up for the Rumble, like that's, or maybe they'll bring somebody back, like I mean,
yes.
So like hot right now with Glow, like maybe they bring Karma back for a night, like that would be fucking awesome. Like I'm so excited. Like knock on all the wood in the universe that WWE doesn't fuck it up, because like their track record is not the best, but like
yeah,
I'm very excited. I have a feeling that it will probably open the pay-per-view and then the men's Rumble will close it. But you know what? Baby steps, fine, whatever. Also, like the opening slot is not a bad slot. And many times the tag division and the women's division have been put in that opening slot and have fucking killed it. So
yes, I completely agree.
I want them to go first and fucking steal the show. Like I'm so excited.
I want it to be like NXT Brooklyn, where Bayley and Sasha were the co-main event, and literally no one remembers, not literally, but you know, basically literally, no one remembers the Finn Kevin Owens ladder match.
Which was a good match, but like, LOL, fuck you guys. Like it wasn't exactly incredible like moment in history. It wasn't like, I mean, I use this like, you know, it wasn't like a WrestleMania moment. Like it wasn't a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas this is going to be a moment. Hopefully.
Exactly. So that, I agree. I feel like if it goes first, I'm cool with that.
I'm just thinking of all the people that they could, because you know, in the men's Rumble, they always bring back like a legend or two for like a pop, and then they get thrown out. But like, I'm just thinking of the women that they could bring back. You could bring back Victoria. You could bring back Karma. You could bring back
Lita. I bet Lita would do it.
Yeah. You could bring back Caitlyn. Like you, fuck. It would be so, I'm so excited. The people you could bring up Iconic Duo, like
Oh my god, I really hope the Iconic Duo win it. That would be fucking amazing. Also, I would say now, probably we should get ready for the fact that Ronda Rousey's probably also going to be in it, and that's going to be how she premieres.
You know what? Whatever.
Like this is the right place. As long as she doesn't win. Yep, that's fine.
My prediction, and who knows with the storyline, but my prediction is either Paige or Asuka win, and then whoever doesn't win the Rumble between the time of the Rumble and WrestleMania beats the Alexa Bliss for the belt, and then it will be Paige versus Asuka for the belt at WrestleMania, and that's where Paige will win. Where Paige will beat Asuka's streak.
Yeah, I could see that. I can see them doing that. I think the other thing too is that let me think. The men's Royal Rumble last year was won by somebody from Raw, so I feel like the men's Royal Rumble this year will probably be somebody from SmackDown, which makes it more likely that a Raw woman would win the women's Royal Rumble. So yeah, I can totally see that happening. I don't know who would win it if it was a SmackDown person.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be Paige or Asuka in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're the only ones that make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could maybe have Becky Lynch win it because she fills that purpose. But yeah, you'd have to like build a whole story around it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's got to be Paige or Asuka.
I think it's Asuka.
I mean, it doesn't matter either way. If you build to that storyline, like both of those are absolutely acceptable. What if Brie comes back, you guys?
Brie may come back. I think Brie and Nikki may both come back for the Royal Rumble.
Brie mode! Oh I will cry so hard for Brie.
I'm going to cry literally every 90 seconds during the Royal Rumble. That's what's going to happen. I know I'm just going to cry from like beginning to end. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about it.
Oh, I'm so nervous because last year one of my job's holiday parties was on the same night as the Rumble, and I'm so scared that's going to happen again this
Tell
year.
them you can't
Like,
go. You have to watch this for your job of podcast. Like, just tell them you have
my
to
job
be at
that
something else.
doesn't really pay me money. We make some money, but like not that much money.
Yeah, true. Whatever. They'll understand.
But what am I going to say no to? Free dinner and free drinks?
That's true. I
Free
guess
drinks!
you could come back and just immediately start watching. I mean, if it's the first match, when you come back, you could just immediately watch it.
Yeah. Oh, but this is a party where we go like all night. Not all night, but we go late. We get drunk, we sing karaoke. You know. It's a whole ordeal. Man, I just want to like put the like bug in their ear and be like, so maybe don't choose the 28th.
Yeah.
It's like a terrible day. It's cursed. Don't choose that one. If you choose it, horrible things will happen to everybody you know.
Everyone at the party may die.
Yeah, if you do it, we're all going to die. It's going to be Murder on the Orient Express, but we're all going to die. That's what that movie's about, right? Like a curse? I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
Sure.
That's the person that does it, right? The curse, the train. The train kills everyone.
Yeah, I think you're right. That sounds about right.
Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. I thought Raw was good. Like there were so many good like comebacks and surprises, but then like the actual matches. I mean, we didn't even talk about Elias and then all the girls interrupting them. That was really funny.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Like, and I also liked Elias as a heel, did heely stuff. Never once was like, these fucking chicks coming out here ruining my thing. It never once became sexist.
Yes, I agree. I also kind of felt like they were setting up for mixed match challenge stuff because they have to kind of start that like universe mixing because the men and the women so rarely interact with each other. They kind of have to start building towards that. That felt like a nod towards that as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that he was like, well, maybe you're just out here because you like good music. And also, side note, that means nothing because like there was like a lot of historic things that happened, but like Sasha's hair looked really good.
At first I was like, I don't know about this wig, but I love the color. It's so good.
I love the crimping. I really like the crimping.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was so fresh that it looks like she's never worn it before. So it'll be interesting to watch how it like loosens out a little bit as she like really wrestles in it.
I liked it. Team that wig. All right. Any other thoughts about wrestling this week? The limited wrestling that we watched.
I know we watched very little wrestling. I don't know. I enjoyed what I watched. I was so fucking busy that it was nice to enjoy what wrestling I did have time to watch, actually.
Okay, I have a would you rather for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Would you rather work on Drew Gulak's campaign and be like his Leo to his Jeb Bartlett and be like all up in that? Or would you rather play Legos with Finn Balor and drink water?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, man, that's a really hard question. I think it would be more, in theory, it would be more relaxing to do Legos with Finn Balor and drink water. But I don't really like Legos. I'm not really a Lego person. They make me very anxious. So I don't know.
The best.
So I don't know if I would actually enjoy that, whereas I might actually enjoy like working on a Drew Gulak political campaign. So I think I'm going with Drew Gulak.
Come up with a would you rather for me.
Oh, God. Okay. Would you rather date Elias, but he insists on playing Wonderwall at every party that you go to, or have to undread all of Bray Wyatt's hair?
Wait. Okay. My gut instinct is to say date Elias and just sit through his. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. But I feel like I gotta take one for the team. His hair, and while I'm dreading why it's like not chill that he has these dreads.
Oh, okay, that's a really good answer.
I feel like I need to be like a responsible like white person and like really like just nasty dreads and like just take one for the team. Even though I would rather just like bang Elias and deal with his Wonderwall.
Those are both.
But I'm gonna
that's a
take
good answer.
one for the team and touch Bray's disgusting hair. All right. Well, that's the end of our dumb podcast.
Yes. We did it.
You can find us on the internet. I'm at Stella_Cheeks. Perhaps I will remember to watch wrestling this week.
LOL. I'm Urgency.
You can find us on CagesideSeats.com. You can find us on notyourdemographic.tumblr.com.
You can send us an email at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
You should also use the hashtag #NotYourDemoPod when tweeting or Instagramming or whatevering us, because Not Your Demographic is not a helpful hashtag.
No, not at all. Not at all. You should rate, review, subscribe to us on iTunes. 5 stars. Say something nice to us.
We're cutting it out. Right. We're losing our connection. It lasted for most of the important stuff, but
I know, exactly. Google's like, you guys are done. It's done. Get out of here. So that's it. Goodbye, everyone.
All right.
Demis.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Happy non-denominational bullshit.
Good luck with your family.
Oh, this comes out on the solstice. Happy winter solstice, everybody, to my pagan friends.
Hey. Yeah, that's great. Cool.
Demis.
Yeah. Stella? Are you there? Stella!
Hurry! Our last-minute gift sale at Lord & Taylor is going on now. Sweaters for her and him starting at $30. Up to 70% off fine jewelry. 50% off women's gloves, scarves, and more. Buy one, get one free on Holiday Gourmet. Stocking stuffers under $50. Plus more amazing presents. You can even buy online and pick up in store. It's all part of the last-minute gift sale now through December 24th at Lord & Taylor, the best priced secret.
This holiday season, aloha just might mean happy holidays. Because the more you use your SunTrust consumer credit card, the more chances you'll have to win an unforgettable Hawaiian vacation. Learn more or apply today at suntrust.com/Hawaii. No purchase necessary. Open to residents of the 50 United States and D.C. Void in New York and Vermont. 18 plus or 19 plus if in Alabama or Nebraska. Ends January 31st. Limited to the first 120 qualifying purchases. For official rules, visit suntrust.com/Hawaii. SunTrust Bank, member FDIC.